Come ride the little train that is rolling down the tracks to the junction. Forget about your cares, it is time to relax at the junction. Lots of curves, you bet, and even more when you get to the junction.
Petticoat Junction.
There's a little hotel called the Shady Rest at the junction.
Petticoat Junction.
It is run by Joe. Come and be his guest at the junction.
Petticoat Junction.
Here's our lady MD. She's as pretty as can be at the junction. Petticoat Junction.
Oh, you got a pretty big load there. Right over here, honey. You're gonna have to watch it. You'll strain yourself.
That was heavier than I thought.
Especially for a girl. Now, the next time you get that big a load, make 2 trips.
You're very thoughtful.
Uncle Joe, where should I put these?
Put them up in the baggage rack. Easy now, easy. Hey, that's too much for one person. Steve, give her a hand here.
Thank you.
Don't mention it.
Hope this is the last of it.
Me too.
Oh, now, kids, I know it's a lot of hard work, but it'll be worth it once we get up there in the woods. We'll forget all about this struggle.
Attaboy, Joe. Put it out of your mind.
Right?
Hi.
She wanted to see what her mommy and daddy are going camping in.
Oh, well, let the old man show you the inside.
It's quite a rig, isn't it?
Pride of the Pixley you drive.
You think it'll hold us all?
Oh, easy. We've got in smaller ones than this. Well, last year, we borrowed Mr. Drucker's truck, remember, Uncle Joe?
Yeah, I remember.
Oh, that's right. Mr. Drucker wouldn't loan it to us until we promised Uncle Joe wouldn't do any of the driving.
Yeah, what a sore head. Just because I had one teeny little accident with his crummy truck.
Hi, everybody. Have I got some thrilling news?
Yeah, what is it?
I talked Orrin into going with us.
Oh, boy. There goes the weekend.
What's the matter?
Nothing. I think it's splendid. Don't you, Betty Jo?
Terrific. 3 whole days. That'll give you plenty of time to work on it, won't it?
Yeah.
What's all this?
No better place to trap a man than in the woods.
Who'd want to trap Orrin?
She would. She'd like to marry him.
You're kidding.
Uncle Joe.
Well, she gave it her stamp of approval. What's the matter?
Nothing. Bobbie Jo invited Orrin to go with us.
Oh, great. Nice guy.
Wished everybody thought so.
Oh. Joe? Look, Joe, I know you're not particularly fond of him.
You can say that again.
But he does have fine qualities. He's wholesome, clean-cut, honest, conscientious.
I'm waiting for you to say pain in the neck. Then I'll knock.
Oh, don't worry, Bobbie Jo. You know Uncle Joe. His bark is worse than his bite.
He'll come around.
Psst, Bobbie Jo.
Did you break it to your uncle about me going along on the trip?
I broke it.
What'd he say?
Well, he...
I was afraid of that. Maybe I won't go.
Orrin, come here.
Hi, Betty Jo. Hello, Dr. Craig.
Hi, Orrin.
Orrin, you know you're welcome, don't you?
Oh, sure. Sometimes I just get the feeling.
Well, you are. We all want you, right, Janet?
Right. Besides, this could be your chance to get on the good side of Uncle Joe.
Oh?
Well, he's never seen how you operate in the woods.
Oh, yes, he has. That's how we met. I gave him a citation because he had too many fish in his possession.
Oh, but you were only doing your duty.
Right. And this is different. Well, 3 days of camping will give you plenty of opportunity to really shine with your knowledge of the woods.
Yeah, I hope so.
I know so. Why, it can't miss.
How can you be so sure? You've never seen Orrin operate in the woods, have you?
No. But I've taken a stroll down to Ziffle's hog pond with him. He does okay there.
Joe, cry eyes. Talk about telling the whole world.
Sorry.
Well,
That's all right, Orrin. It's our secret.
We'll see you first thing in the morning. Oh, and don't be late. We want to get a good early start.
Oh, don't worry about me. Punctuality is my middle name. Oh, my gosh, it's 2 o'clock. Gotta call in my noon report.
Where is that guy? You told him we're leaving the first thing in the morning.
He'll be here.
You never noticed me holding up the parade.
Yes, how about that, Joe? For once, you're on time.
Yeah, how come?
Because I'm reliable, that's why. I'm reliable, trustworthy, conscientious, and dependable.
And he also slept in the camper.
Hi, everybody. Hope I'm not late.
You are.
Oh, well, I just got worried that somebody might have forgotten to get some insect repellent, so I ran into Drucker's store and I got some.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Well, it's better safe than sorry.
Did you hear what he held us up for?
That's a good thing, too, Joe. We did forget.
Oh? Well, get aboard. I've never heard of this kind. I don't suppose you checked it out, see whether it's any good.
Oh, sure. That's the latest kind. You just press that little button there. But before you do, you gotta be sure that it's not... facing right in the... What? The bugs are sure gonna hate you.
About finished there, man?
Yeah, that ought to do it.
Fine. Like to have everybody around for a little powwow. Girls? Janet? Janet?
Uncle Joe, could you please hold it down? We've just got the baby to sleep.
Okay. Now, I'd like to lay down a few rules so we don't run into the usual pitfalls of camping out.
Oh, that's very sensible, Joe.
Naturally. Now, number one is dividing up the work. You girls can handle the cooking. Janet, you're in charge of first aid, bites, cuts, or anything like that. Steve, you're in charge of getting the wood and the water. And Orrin, you're in charge of keeping things clean and orderly, and that's all.
Joe, with all those duties, aren't you leaving out someone?
Oh, yeah, dog. You keep on the lookout for wild animals and snakes. Bark if any come around.
Well, that wasn't exactly who I had in mind, Joe. You.
Oh. Well, I guess all the jobs are taken. I'll just sort of supervise. Hey, dismiss.
Sure?
Yeah?
Listen, as long as we're talking about some of the pitfalls of camping, there are a couple of things that wouldn't hurt to mention.
Like what?
Well, like reminding ourselves how very important it is not to leave food scraps around.
Oh, we always clean up before we leave.
Well, that's not the point, Bobbie Jo. You see, food scraps attract animals. Now, ordinarily, I mean, you know, animals aren't going to come around humans. But if there's food lying around, they might pick up a scent and come after it.
That's a good point, Orrin.
Yeah, you ought to get a merit badge for that. Now, if there's nothing else.
Oh, but there is.
What is it?
Well, I'd like to suggest that nobody leave the camp and go out alone out into the woods. You know, there's always a chance that some person might get hurt. You know, fall, slip or something while they're hiking, or maybe even get bitten by a snake, things like that.
Oh, you're making a fun trip out of this.
Well, I just thought I'd mention a few precautions to avoid trouble.
And very wisely, too. I think we should do as Orrin says.
I think so, too. I agree.
That's right.
Yeah, well, let's get on with the chores. I'll go get some water.
By the way, when we do get water, let's all remember to get it from the part of the stream that's rushing over rocks.
Oh, sure. Do it the hard way. Don't dip it out of the pool where it's easy. Look, this water is all in the same stream. It ain't divided up, you know.
Oh, yes, it is.
Yeah, he's right, Joe. We learned that in survival training. Always get running water if possible, and preferably rushing over rocks.
And it should be going at least 6 miles an hour.
Oh, brother. Anybody going after water after this better take a longer speedometer.
That makes sense, Joe. The rushing of the water over the rocks purifies it.
Gosh, Orrin, you sure know a lot about the outdoors.
Oh, it's my job.
Anything else?
Oh, no, not right now, but I'll probably think of things from time to time. And when I do, I'll speak right up.
Oh, goody. We can hardly wait.